Hello everyone and welcome to the Willow Witch Tarot channel. So we have a urgent message reading for you today with 4 piles to choose from. So I'll hold each one of these up and you can take a look and choose if you already know which pile or piles you're inclined towards or feeling your intuition pull you towards. You can click on the timestamp below for the pile at any time, and it's also in a pinned comment so that it's more convenient for those of you who are on your phone. And we will do all of the card pulling within each individual reading today, so it'll be more of a free-flowing, very intuitive reading. We'll use different decks as called for, as intuition calls for each different pile. Some decks may be used for multiple piles if it seems appropriate, so we will just take it as it goes today. So all right, I'm excited to get starting with your readings. Let me show you each of these individual pile selections. So this for pile number 1 is an adorable little ceramic hand-painted black lab puppy that my sister made for me. Actually, all 3 of these first ones my sister made for me. She's quite talented. So that's pile number 1. Pile number 2, you have this adorable little painted clay Pikachu. So cute. Pikachu is one of my favorite little characters from watching Pokemon when I was younger. This is a little Kodama. So this is from Princess Mononoke, one of Studio Ghibli's movies. It's a little tree spirit or tree sprite. And then last but not least for pile number 4, you have this cute little pin. It's a dinosaur that has a little graduation cap and a pile of books on his back. So a little scholarly dinosaur, little T-Rex. All right, so go ahead and make your pile selection. Feel free to pause the video if you need some time to think about which pile or feel into which pile is calling you the most. And of course, you can always choose multiple piles, and I will see you soon in your pile reading. Okay, pile number 1. So you have chosen this cute little lab puppy ceramic hand-painted figurine. So cute. I'm just going to place him right up here at the top of the reading so that I can kind of see him. And we're going to go ahead and get started with some tarot cards to get an overall feel for what your reading is about today. So this is an urgent message coming through. So we're asking for an urgent message that you need to hear right here, right now, for whatever reason. We'll get more information as we go as to why this message is so urgent and needs to come through right now for your benefit. Of course, any readings that we do here on this channel are meant for your benefit and are always for you to choose your intuition, feel into, and choose the message that feels right for you in that reading today. So please always take what resonates, leave the rest. You're never forced to take in a message that doesn't sit right with you at any time in any reading, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at your cards. Ace of Swords, wow. 9 of Swords, okay. Makes sense as to why you're here today. Ace of Wands, wow. And the Moon reversed. So we are going to take reversals today. So the Moon reversed is actually quite positive, meaning, especially in this spread, I see what's going on here. So there's an urgent message that needs to come through. With these 2 aces, this message is about bringing clarity to a situation that is giving you a lot of anxiety. I can see that you've perhaps been grieving, you've perhaps been going through a time of struggle where maybe you're transitioning in something, in a time of your life where you are growing out of something and moving into a different stage. And that could even just be that you are seeing the world differently and you are kind of waking up in some ways to your life moving in a different direction or needing to move in a different direction. This may have been, there may have felt like there was a fog over your, like where you needed to go next, what you needed to do to cut through that fog, see clearly your path ahead. I very much see that fog clearing for you very, very soon. In fact, I think this message is intended today to help that fog clear. And I think that you are going to see your way up and out of this feeling of being confused, of being unclear, of where to go. Your intuition is going to be speaking louder to you very soon. I do see with many of you here, there is a need to perhaps, it feels like leaving the nest in some way. So that might be leaving a comfortable situation behind. Maybe you're actually moving house, or you're changing jobs, or you're looking towards the horizon for new opportunities that you have not encountered before previously. And it can feel a little terrifying at times to do something so new, but you have the clear sight. Once you take this first step, take this flight, take this leap into something new, you have the clear sight to get there, and it feels like do quite great things. We're going to get more information here too, but I very much see you flying up, flying towards that sun, flying towards joy, happiness, clarity. You know, the sun in the sky here is making me think of the sun card itself, and you creating a life where you can ascend towards that feeling of being joyful, playful, playing every day. It's like whatever you're moving towards, it's going to bring a feeling of being able to do what you absolutely love in your day-to-day life. So whether that's, you know, being in a relationship that feels like play, that feels like the two of you can let your inner children out together and you can play and dream and create and imagine and actually build a life together that you could have only imagined, right? Maybe you did imagine it as a child and now you are building it together. This also could pertain to building this life where your work feels like play, right? Like you're able to do something maybe creative, or, you know, it's the actual like day-to-day mechanics or physical activities or mental activities of your work are so enjoyable to you that they feel like play. And that's what you are striving towards. That's what you are flying towards here. You do have to get through this time of being maybe a bit trapped by your own mind, by your own anxieties about how to enact this future. But I do see you lifting that, essentially that veil that's keeping you down in a way. So with this moon reversed card, you know, if we look at the moon upright, we can see here that this dragon is essentially in these waters. It feels like these waters are that kind of like emotional soup that we can get in sometimes, where we don't know which way is up and which way is down. And by reversing it, we can see that there's a reversal of that energy, right? So it feels like a clearing of any confusion, anything that was obstructing you flying towards this sun feels like it is being turned on its head, almost like the water that was like surrounding you and confusing you and almost like keeping your wings damp so that you couldn't fly. is being like dumped out. Is the feeling coming through. I would like to get a little more clarification here about this Ace of Wands that you are flying up towards, that you're enacting in your life. So let's get some information here. Gotta see which deck is resonating the most with your guys' energy. All right, so we're gonna use this Tarot Mucha. It's actually a quite practical deck, but also very romantic. So we'll see kind of what messages come through here. I typically do not pull reversals in this deck, so it's a great deck at times to use for clarifying. As you can see, the back doesn't really lend itself to reversals because you can kind of see which cards are reversed, of course. So generally just leave all of these cards upright. It feels like that's what the deck typically prefers. All right. So this is clarifying the Ace of Wands. We've got the King of Pentacles. Wow, the Six of Pentacles. And the Page of Swords. Beautiful. So for those of you where this Ace of Wands transition, this new beginning, this new inspiration, new opportunity coming into your life, it does feel like this relates to your prosperity. I see with this Page of Swords here that it may be something where you're needing to learn, right? It does feel like it has a bit of a scholarly air around it. So that could even be, you know, learning new responsibilities in a job, maybe taking a course. You might be in school right now, working towards building a foundation for getting a new opportunity in a new career field or in the career fields you're already in, where you can apply your abilities. So it does feel like it's something that you have aspired to. I can see you looking into the future and dreaming about this. I do think that your dreams, it feels like with the moon, they won't just become dreams. With the moon reverse, it feels like it's bringing it down to earth. And especially here with this King of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles, I can see that the message coming in here is that if you had any worry or if you're currently having concerns about your future prosperity, this message is here to alleviate those concerns. I can see that you are essentially going to ascend to great heights in the area of personal abundance. So much so that if you desire to, you'll be able to be generous with others. You're going to be able to be someone who can donate to charities or can, you know, give your time and your resources to those who are, you know, struggling, who are disadvantaged in any way. And so I think that this does feel like a reward for your generous spirit. You may be one of those who, even when you have little to give, you still give, even if it's just your time or a kind word, you know, because maybe you lack the resources to give financially. But I can see that you desire the ability to be financially abundant, and this very much is showing a glimpse of that, you know, by pursuing this path, whatever this Ace of Wands is pertaining to. It's going to open the door to this abundance, open the door to this future where you can be as generous as you desire to be. And I can see you building something for others in the future. I don't know what that is exactly. Let's get a little bit more information about that. We're going to use, this Wildwood Tarot deck is calling out to us here. Give it just a couple quick shuffles. Let's ask what that message about what you're building. I can see why this urgently wanted to come to you, because I think there's a lot of doubt and fear around your abundance, around your future prospects right now. So this is a message of comfort, reassurance, and of going ahead, following that passion, whatever leads to that feeling of a new direction, a spark, coming to you, whether it's something that you've already been working towards and you're still feeling inspired, or it's a new inspiration. It's going to lead to this abundance and towards you building something. So what is that about? Okay. Wow. So this Ace of Arrows is the Ace of Swords again. Oh, wow. And the Tower? Okay. Wow. So this is an inspiration. You're going to get this hit of intuition, this clarity out of the blue. I mean, it's literally what we're asking about. It's just showing that, yeah, it's something that's going to, in some ways, really shake up your life, but in a positive way. This is a very positive message. So this Tower, sometimes the Tower energy is showing us that there's something that's lasted for too long in our life. And so the universe is interfering to move us along because we are kind of being a little stubborn, a little pig-headed, right? And so the universe is like, all right, come on, get out of that situation. Like you've stayed past your welcome. Like let's keep moving along. But with this Ace of Arrows coming out first, I can see that you are going to be the one initiating this drastic change, this shakeup, this foundational change in your life. And you, especially with you holding this sword in your hands here, I can see that with this Ace of Swords here, a repeated Ace of Swords here, and you holding the sword in your hand, you're holding this power to create this change. You are the one enacting this drastic change. To others, it may seem like it's sudden and out of the blue, but you've had an inkling about this change for a while, and then it's the action that's maybe going to seem sudden to others. It's as if you've been kind of going along, pondering this, maybe worrying a bit about what it's going to do, and then one day you just decide to go for it. You take that leap, you burn down that tree, right? So let's get a little bit more information. What is this thing that pile 1 is building? 9 of Bows, respect. 9 of Wands, yeah. So 9 of Wands traditionally is being vigilant, but very much a sense of being protected, of being ready. And so I do see that you are ready for this change when you enact it. I think your guides are telling you you're ready now. Like this is like a very quick moving, urgent energy. So, another message coming through is don't wait too long. Go ahead and do this. You have the self-respect to enact this change that's needed in your life to kickstart you towards this abundance, right? Like get going. The quicker you get there, the quicker you can enjoy yourself. Okay, I want to get a couple more cards specifically about this Page of Swords and what you are building. There we go. Wow. The Great Bear and the 2 of Bows. So with this 20 card, it's Major Arcana, this is the Judgment card. And this 2 of Bows Decision card. I mean, look at the power coming off of this figure. This character in this card is standing at the top of what looks like a very, it's literally like this figure is above the clouds, up with the stars. is lit on fire and is holding two lit staffs with their bare hands that are both lit on fire as well. I mean, the power inherent within this person's soul is almost like to the point where it's terrifying, right? Like there's like an awe, like an awesomeness in both of these cards, right? Like if you were looking into the face of this bear, if you were in this card, you know, in this in person and looking into the face of this bear, you would be awestruck. Like this is like a godlike bear figure, and this is also a godlike figure. And so you are building something awesome, like where other people are going to look at what you have accomplished and be filled with awe. You may have to find your way through the dark, but you have the light literally within yourself to find your way out of this cave, to go within into this cave, plumb the depths, and come out with the treasure, come out with the knowledge. And so what that might kind of literally translate into in your life is that you may need to go, especially with this Nine of Swords. So you may need to face down some inner darkness of yours, some things that you're afraid of. Maybe you procrastinate, or maybe you have a tendency to doubt yourself. Maybe you have a tendency to people please. You know, whatever it is that you kind of know you would like to work on and is getting perhaps in your way of becoming a boss or becoming a luminary, becoming a visionary, becoming a leader in any way. Like you have this potential within you, but you think you've been holding back a bit, and you've been letting maybe a little bit of that old you habit, whatever it is, hold you back a bit. I think you're going to face this, but this urgent message is coming through to give you the vision, the encouragement, the glimpse into what your future can hold, and the power that you have within you to encourage you to face down whatever is in that cave that's hard to face. You know, whether that's just a bad habit, whether that's like going to therapy, whether it's, you know, kicking an addiction, like, you know, maybe you have a tendency to watch a lot of TV and it kind of gets in the way of you accomplishing your goals. I think you're going to go into this cave, you're going to face it down, you're going to figure out what's at the root of it, and you're going to come out magnificent, powerful, full of light, full of flame, full of desire to accomplish great things. Like you have this great potential within you. All you have to do is make this decision to take one step after another through that darkness and come out the other side this brilliant, flaming new person. Like, yeah, you're an inspiration. I mean, look at these aurora lights behind this bear as well. Like, what waits behind this thing that's scaring you a bit that you have to face is absolute beauty. Yeah, I mean, endless inspiration, endless fire, endless energy to get done what you need to in order to accomplish your deepest goals and dreams. And it does feel like this is urgently coming through because perhaps you're a bit stuck in your own mind right now. And your guides are like, you are this incredible, great, full of potential, full of power person. And, you know, I can see that you have, you just, you have the resources, the inner resources to get this done, to accomplish this. There may be just some old wounds holding you back, some old habits, some old ways of being that you just need to make the decision to basically burn out of your life. Okay? So I'd like to get just, I think, a couple more cards. Put these up here. For any advice that we might need here for you in order to move in this direction, especially because I can see to a greater or less degree there may be some struggle going on here with how to do this, how to move forward, how to leave something behind. So we're actually going to take a look at this Crystallary Oracle deck, see what message of encouragement from your guides can come through. It does feel like they are wanting you to know that they support you, that they've got your back, that you're not alone in this journey, that all you have to do is turn to them and ask them for advice, for support, you know, whether that's through meditation, journaling, taking a walk in nature, asking for a specific sign. Okay, it feels like both of the, or no, this is just one. Yeah, okay. Wow. Citrine, full of riches. I mean, yeah, it's beautiful. These blue birds, so two blue birds flying together, always make me think of spirit flying along with you, flying right next to you. They're supporting you, believing in you, helping, you know, giving you strength to keep going. And this honestly couldn't be a clearer message that you are destined for abundance. You are full of this sunlit energy, this rainbow energy to make anything that you wish to grow successful, to move towards abundance. You have this beautiful iridescent quality about you that attracts. It's like you manifest in. Money is coming through, like just, yeah, wealth, right? So, I mean, you've got the King of Pentacles here and the Six of Pentacles, very much showing that that is within you. And so your guides don't want you to doubt, you know, anymore if you've been doubting. Such a beautiful card. I'm going to take a quick look at the guidebook for this and just see if there's any additional messages that the author of the guidebook wanted to convey. So I'm going to just hold this up in case you would like to take a screenshot and read this yourself. Yeah, this very much talks about kind of getting out of that Nine of Swords energy where you might be doubting yourself, doubting your abilities, being a bit self-deprecating at times even, or letting yourself kind of just get in your way. Get out of your own way, you know, believe in yourself, give yourself positive thought, give yourself love, give yourself respect, support your own desires and wishes and dreams first and foremost, you know, before even supporting others, right? Like you come first, got to put on your own oxygen mask before you can help others put on theirs, right? And I see that you'll be able to help others in the future because it does feel like this is a goal of yours to be able to do that, to give back, to be generous, to support those who are, you know, when you get to this King of Pentacles place, you know, you I do feel like you'll be one of those who wants to support those who are still where you maybe are feeling like you are right now. Okay? All right, so beautiful pile number 1. I think this is your message today. So thank you so much for coming to this reading. Definitely give me a like, subscribe, comment if you feel so inclined. I'm so grateful for everyone who has given that positive energy back to this channel and helped to support its growth, helped to support these free readings that I hope to keep doing for everybody for a long time. So, all right, well, thank you so much and take care, pile 1. See you next time. Hello there, pile number 2. So you chose this adorable little Pikachu figurine. I'm gonna just place this little Pikachu up at the top here. It doesn't like to stand on its own, so just kind of lay there for us, and that's fine. So we are doing what is an urgent message for you today, and we're just going to be pulling intuitively from whatever tarot deck and or oracle decks kind of call out to come into your energy. And I'm already getting so much like that wants to be read and wants to contribute here. So we're going to start with this Journey of the Sacred Bee tarot deck. Give it a couple of shuffles, and then we'll just pull a few cards to get an initial feel for what this urgent message for you today is all about. So what urgent message does pile 2, everyone who's watching pile 2, need to hear today? Yeah, okay. Let's take a look. So we've got the Lovers and 7 of Cups seduction. Wow. Coming in strong with that initial energy there. We've got, wow, the Magician and 6 of Discs or 6 of Pentacles, altruism. Beautiful. We had the 6 of Pentacles come out in pile 1. I feel like there could be some messages in pile 1 for some of you that resonated with pile 1 too. Wow, and the Tower and 5 of Wands, strife. Okay, really interesting. Tower also came out in pile 1, so definitely could be some overlap. So your urgent message, I mean, the guides today with towers coming out so far in each pile, in both piles so far, are very much in that energy. They're aligning with that energy that we're asking for an urgent message. This is definitely a confirmation for me that this is a timely, urgent message that you need to hear today. The message coming through for you guys, pile number 2. There is a message here around there's a choice in your life. It's either a choice that you are making or that you are waiting for someone else to make. And it is a choice that really, like, whatever this is just like pulling at your energy. It's calling to you. It's, you know, you might find yourself thinking about it constantly, ruminating, almost to the degree where it feels heavy. It feels like a burden. It feels like it's causing you to almost just want it to end. Like you just want to know. You want the answer. You want to figure it out, make the decision yourself, or have that other entity, that other person, organization, whatever it is in that you are waiting for, make that choice. This definitely could be around a love situation. It could also be, you know, around a decision that you're waiting for in another area of your life to come through, a legal matter or a job matter, whatever it might be. You know, please interpret it the way it resonates for you. But regardless of what this choice is that you are waiting for, it's really weighing on you. It feels like a battle. It feels like you know that this choice is a big one, right? Like this has the potential to shake up your life, shake up your world, shake up your future. And so it's hard for you to get anything else done. It feels like while you're waiting for this, I think you're still doing the thing, but it's like I can see that it preoccupies a lot of your energy, your mind. Maybe you're feeling distracted at times, kind of almost waiting around for more information or for communication or for a decision to be made that's feeling maybe a bit out of your control. But the energy coming in here, this feels like the feel of these cards is that it's almost this gift from your guides, from you coming to this reading today, asking for more information, more clarity. This is a way for your guides to communicate directly to you. And what they want to tell you is, one, ground your energy, right? Open yourself up to the idea that whatever is happening in your life right now around this choice is actually for your greatest benefit. It's for your greatest good. And I can feel resistance. So if you're feeling resistant to that energy, that's totally understandable. I completely, believe me, I am not immune from this situation. I've been there myself plenty of times. And it doesn't necessarily feel good to hear like, there's a lesson in here, or there's like, something to be gained from this difficult, tedious, or heart-wrenching situation. But you are definitely tapped in. Wherever you are in your life right now is exactly where you're meant to be. Okay, so there's definitely comfort in that. But there's also a message of you holding the keys to your own destiny. Okay, and I do see you here with this power, this magician power, as well as this power of letting go of your own ego, of dropping kind of your personal, kind of like, when you look at a situation and you have this like idea about the way you want it to go, that would be like really ideal for you, or at least that's what you think in the moment, right? And we've all had situations where, maybe we met somebody when we were young and we were like, oh, like if I could marry that person when I grow up, I would be the happiest clam in the world and I'd be set and everything would be great. And then that doesn't happen, and you realize looking back years later, you're like, man, I dodged a bullet. I'm glad I didn't marry that person. Like, they weren't meant for me. There was somebody way better in my future. Like, that type of situation, right? So I'm not saying that that's necessarily what's going on here, because I'm not seeing like a clear message about like, oh, this isn't the person or this isn't the situation meant for you. However, there is a message coming through that the way this is going down is teaching you a lesson about it's a bit of a need for ego death, okay? And what I mean by that is having the ability to see a situation for what it is and release some of your attachment, your need for it to go a certain way, right? Your need for that control, your need for, somebody to say a specific thing in order for you to feel okay, or like a exact type of job, in order for you to like feel good, just like stuff like that, right? Like your guides want you to be aware of your power, your beauty, your abilities, regardless of what's going on around you, regardless of what other people are doing, what other people are saying, what other people are deciding. Like, they want you to be able to be in a world where there is strife, there is, things that seduce you, things that, sudden things that happen in the world, like, or around you, or to people you care about, or to you, like, whatever it might be, right? Like, big changes, big shakeups, positive, negative, in between, all kinds of things. Just life happens, right? Like, we can't escape that unless we, like, go into a little hidey hole and don't have any friends, like, and never risk and never love and all of those things, right? We all know that. So the fact that you're out here living and you're putting yourself in situations where you do allow others to impact your life, and you do, you're living in the current of life, right? And like, you're kind of having to like coast and go with like the waves and the bumps and the little waterfalls and like all the things, right? As you go along, like, you can't control the river, right? Like, just like you can't control everything in life. And yet you have the ability here to take this with grace, to hold on to your sense of self, your pride in your own ability to remain a good person, to approach life with gratitude, with an open heart, with open arms to those who you love, even if you're having struggles with them, still having that altruistic, an altruistic love, right? Let's talk about that concept for a moment. So in like Buddhism and a lot of ideologies and belief systems and spirituality around the world, the sense of altruistic love is a love that is not dependent on or affected by whatever happens, anything going on around us, right? It is a love that is constant, stable, unconditional, a true unconditional love for everybody, everything in the world, right? It is a love that gives without any expectation of getting, without any essentially conditions on that love, right? So, we can have altruistic love for somebody and we can still set boundaries, right? We can have altruistic love for somebody and still choose not to be in relationship with them, but we can still love them altruistically. We can have altruistic love for people who we don't agree with, things that they do, like people who, choose to harm others. We can still have altruistic love for them and still know that, they are essentially not able to be allowed to have all of the, all right, we're not going to go there with like, our prison system and stuff. But anyways, changing topics. But so getting back to kind of this message around the magician, I see that you have the power to give this love out. And I think your guides, one, they want you to know that they have this love for you all the time. You always are receiving unconditional love and support from the divine, from the universe, from that. There's this unconditional source of love, and they want you to tap into that more, but also to practice that yourself. Like, you have that ability within you, and it can help you to get through these difficult times, right? And so this does feel like an urgent message coming through to help you, to give you that balm, to get you through. I can see that there is an energy here that it does feel like it's kind of like pulling, like almost like sucking in your energy. In this card, we've got these Venus flytraps, right? So it's like these carnivorous plants that they give off this, really delicious smell to entice little insects in, and then they, close up around them and eat them, basically. So that's like a graphic, image. But the message coming through is that this choice, right? Because the Lovers traditionally is a choice card. Whatever this is that's pulling on your energy, it does have a bit of an unbalanced, almost like energy vampire sort of feeling. So I don't know if there's somebody else involved here that's maybe, yeah, let's get a little message about that, because I feel like there's additional information that we kind of need to know. So I think we'll use this Dreams of Gaia deck here to get some further information about what is this feel of this energy pull on pile 2. What is going on here? What information do they need to know urgently about this message here for their benefits? Pile number 2 people. I'm actually getting, okay, yeah, we'll take all of these cards. All right, so it's going to be a long message. So I am taking reversals in this deck. So we've got the 3 of Wands. Oh, unless I just, did I flip them all? No. Okay. We've got, this is the 4 of, sorry, I'm giving information from this card as I'm looking. Wow, I've never actually pulled this card before from this deck. It's a fascinating card. Wow. It feels like there's an element of time of being, I keep getting like watched over because of these watch gears. Yeah, it's like, it's as if there's like this ticking down time clock involved in this situation. I think that you're worried you're gonna lose somebody or something. Like this opportunity is ticking away from you. Yeah, I can feel a lot of concern about that. Okay, let's see what else your guides. This 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, look at this comfort being offered here. This self-sufficiency. Okay. Wow. The Sage. The King of Pentacles. The King of Wands. King of Fire. And the Maiden. Beautiful. This is equivalent to the High Priestess in traditional tarot. And look at all of these major arcana coming out along with this King of Wands. You taking back your power, you asserting your independence here. You know, if somebody's left your life, or if you feel like a situation is about to leave your life, your guides want you to know that you are okay. Like, you are gorgeous, beautiful, intuitive. You have so many opportunities literally just resting in the palms of your hands that you don't even know. Like, you have so much coming towards you that, like, look at this figure versus this figure, right? Like, this one is like heading out the door, you know, kind of like casual, got like a tiny little sack of possessions on their back, you know, like it's kind of like, okay, bye, like, good riddance, like, you know. And then you've got this energy coming in, right? Coming into your life. And it feels like it's ticking down. Like, there's not too much time left. Yeah, this feels like you're being watched over, and everything is being divinely orchestrated for you. So I feel like whatever energy it is that's been kind of occupying your mind, giving you this strife, you know, sucking on your, yeah, it feels like it's been taking a lot of your like passionate fire away from you for a while. It's leaving. It's time for it to leave. It's probably already left for a lot of you. And yeah, it's bringing you into this beautiful sense of independence, of self, wisdom. You know, this is like your guides reminding you that you are this wise creature, but also like they are here by your side. So typically the 7 in the major arcana is the Chariot. This card does have a very different energy from the Chariot. It's almost more hermit-like. And yet with that Chariot's traditional energy, you know, coming through a little bit as well, I very much get that you will be successful. Like your guides want you to know that everything you're doing, wherever you are right now, whatever situation you're in, you're headed for success. I do get the feeling for a lot of you, this is a love situation. For others, this definitely is like an opportunity that you maybe lost or worried that you missed or something like that. But there's something even better on its way in. And it's going to give you this sense of recapturing your like essence. Like you're going to get like whatever was sucking that energy from you, you're going to reclaim power over it. Like look at this little bunny, you know, very much about creativity, fertility, abundance. There's just a sense of light and joy and, you know, this path leading out of the forest into the great unknown, but it's great. It's beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So I think that we'll get one quick little oracle card for you guys just to give you some encouragement along your way. I think we'll pull from these Whispers of Love oracle cards that are just such beautiful illustrations. So this can definitely, you know, directly pertain if it's kind of in the area of love. I think there's also just such a strong message of like self-love, of altruistic love, of loving yourself no matter what. You know, you can always have love for people no matter what, even if they've let you down or left your life or whatever it is, right? So, and you know, this could certainly be about a past energy that's left your life too that, you know, you still think about or wonder about, okay? It is possible that if somebody left your life and kind of went off to do their own thing, you know, with this being a fire card and this being a fire card, it is possible for some of you that they're coming back into your life and they've changed, they've matured, they've grown in, yeah, they've come into their own power, they've learned a lot of lessons, they've done what they need to do, and they're ready to kind of like start a new chapter with you. So that is a message for a very select few of you. You'll know, it'll resonate for you if it feels right, okay? Wow. Yeah, okay. Ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. Card number 14. Beautiful. So this very much has, you know, the feeling of turning to your guides for support, asking the universe for that clarity around being loved, being supported, being guided. You know, you do have to ask for it, right? It won't just come into your guides, kind of have to like allow you to have, you know, your own will, right? Like we all get to make our own choices and you know, build our own fate, our own destiny. But there is help all around you, just waiting to be asked in order to guide, right? Yeah. There's definitely a message coming through here with number 14 being the number of the Temperance card. You know, the Temperance card often relates to that unity message around being. So when you look at a Temperance card in a relationship sense with two people, rather than it talking about just like your relationship with yourself, which of course it always can, but when you look at it in a relationship sense, it's about that balancing out of two energies that complement each other, you know, have complementary strengths, weaknesses, you know, help. By coming together, they help each other to be more able to face life's difficulties. And you know, it's as if by coming together they create something greater than the sum of the parts, right? And they help to teach each other, they help each other to grow, they push for ever greater evolution, for ever greater self-knowledge and wisdom and grace towards another person and all of their weaknesses and quirks and neediness and everything like that, right? And so I think a message here too is that if this message is about the evolution of a relationship here, or even the evolution of yourself in being able to be in a healthy, mature relationship to another, or about somebody else gaining that ability to be in a healthy, mature relationship with you, that turning to your guides, turning even to potentially sources of expertise or knowledge about how to be in this healthy relationship with another is going to be of great benefit for you and your person, okay? So yeah, really beautiful message there today, pile number 2. I hope that all of this gave you some just feeling of okayness. Like I do hope that this is a comforting message in a lot of ways. I know that there's some harshness coming through, but I think that you're going through kind of a harsh energy situation right now, and your guides want to talk to you, you know, real talk, right? So, all right, pile number 2, thank you so much for watching today, and I would love to hear any feedback in the comments below. If you liked this message, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to my channel if you'd like to support and get notifications about any future readings, and I hope to see you again in another reading. All right, take care, pile number 2. Hello, pile number 3. So you were drawn to this adorable little Kodama, little tree spirit from the movie Princess Mononoke. So I want to draw from a few different tarot decks for you to start out. So this is the Tarot of the Divine. I think we're going to get just a couple cards here. Oh, okay, that one's already wanting to come out. Go ahead and, yeah, just pull. Beautiful. And then the Light Seer's Tarot is wanting to speak as well. Wow, your cards are like so talkative. Like there are so many messages that just are eager to jump out and be heard. And then we have this beautiful Shadowscapes Tarot deck, which is one of my absolute favorites, old deck of mine. It's the first one I was ever given. Or well, technically the second one, but okay. Anyways, so we have the Queen of Coins, it's the Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Okay. And then we have, wow, the World card, the Two of Pentacles, and Death and Rebirth. Beautiful. The Seven of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, beautiful. All right. Okay, so pile number 3. I feel like there is something that you are weighing. You are weighing 2 different approaches to, or a decision where you could go 2 different ways, or you're having to weigh 2 different areas in your life and have them come more into balance. There's something going on here where you are juggling or deciding. Yeah, it feels like you're being pulled in 2 directions, and you're having to decide either how much energy to give 2 different things, or you're having to make a decision about 2 different paths. So it's really interesting how we have this split here around the central card of your 2 of Pentacles. We have the world on one side, and we have death and rebirth on the other side. And so what this tells me is that for some of you, there's a choice between having something go all the way to completion, like putting all of your energy and effort into something fully, allowing it to, giving it almost feels like giving it your world, making it into your world, allowing it to take all of your time, not in a bad way, but like, maybe even choosing to like commit to one person, or having one person commit to you, maybe committing all of your time to one job. Maybe this is about like changing careers. It could be, it's going to be different for everybody, right? But it's, on the one hand, there is this feeling of, this is attaining that end of it's like the gold at the end of the rainbow, right? The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, like getting what you set out to accomplish on this one hand. On the other hand, there is this death and rebirth, where it feels like this would almost be, if we were talking about a relationship decision here, this does feel like it would be a sense of being single, of striking out on your own, of guarding your time, your precious resources and time, and pouring your energy into solo pursuits. So maybe pursuing a career that requires you to go travel and tour and spend a lot of time on your own, perfecting an art, or perfecting, a musical instrument, perfecting a craft of some sort, or a science, or a, something that, it's like, I'm seeing somebody being like a solo musician, or someone who is like an architect and travels all over the world in order to be in a place where a project is being done for months at a time. And this may bring up a lot of difficulties around having a family, or having a relationship, or there may be an internal struggle with being able to be kind of grounded in one place. But this could be very appealing. This might be the way that you want to go, right? And so I see the struggle here, and for those of you who aren't necessarily resonating with that message, there is another message coming through if this resonates. So this is going to be for a very specific of you, where there may have been a relationship that is coming back into your life, and you may be struggling between going towards allowing that relationship to be reborn into your life, or continuing on with a relationship that you possibly are currently in, or that you just met somebody and that you kind of could see the world with them, but there is a pull towards somebody that you knew before, okay? Or it may even be internal fears about a single person or a single relationship that you're in, where you aren't sure if this relationship is going towards something really fulfilling, really good, or if it's going towards maybe more strife and struggles, maybe an on again, off again sort of feeling. You might be concerned you'll end up single. So I can see that this could even just be an internal struggle about whether you can trust this person, or whether it's going to be a kind of a bumpy roller coaster ride with them that maybe you'd be better off not pursuing, right? So it's like you're wondering if you should stick with them or if they shouldn't be in your life, okay? So whatever the situation is, whatever this struggle of yours is about balancing or choosing, whatever it might be, let's get some further information here for you. So we're going to pull separately for each different side of this here and get some further insight for you. And I'm actually going to start out with a couple of oracle cards from a couple different oracle decks. So we've got this beautiful herbal deck here. It's the Hedgewitch Botanical Oracle. We'll pull a card for this side and a card for this side. Let's see what we have. Resourcefulness on this side and nurture on this side. Okay, interesting. And then let's see what we get from our next oracle deck, which is the Solitary Witch Oracle. This deck is always so insightful, has a lot of really beautiful illustrations, guidance. So this is Lugnasad, Forgiveness and Justice. Don't think you guys can quite see that, so let me just move these cards up here. I'll do the same for this side. The Gathering on this side. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And then I'd like, I'd like to get one more oracle card for each side here, just to give a little bit more insight. Flow on this side and the lower world on this side. Wow. Let's see if we can get everything on the screen here. Okay. Wow, you guys, this is so fascinating. I can see why you are at a bit of a quandary, right? So I do feel like there is a more self-nurturing, there might be a pull towards spending more time with friends, towards kind of having that nurture of your community around you if you're pursuing this death and rebirth side of things. It feels like that's advice coming through, is to seek out that nurture of your supportive friends. If you're kind of going this single route, or if you are just needing to bring more balance into your life, perhaps you feel like this side of you has died and you want to rebirth it. So there may be a need to recultivate and really fight for your own time to pursue things that you love, that you used to do when you were single, if you're in a relationship currently, or maybe you've just, through time, right? Like the flow of time, sometimes we can get away from those things that we used to do when we were children that really brought us joy. Or maybe you just need more solitary pursuits in your life. If you have a family, you may need to kind of be fierce and set some boundaries around claiming this time for yourself. Allow this part of you to be reborn. Spend time with your friends, self-nurture. Do things that nurture yourself, nurture your own inner goddess is what's coming through, God or goddess, okay? Allow yourself to take things in stride, to kind of like get little windows of time where you can to do this practice for yourself. And then on this side, there is a message of, if you are currently in a relationship with somebody and you see all of this potential here to go all the way with this person, I am seeing that this is going to grow you. To stick this out, to stay with them, you are going to grow. You are going to become an expert at cultivating lessons from difficult moments, from difficult pastimes in both of your lives. You're going to share these with each other, and you're going to find strength and resources from them. You're going to have a lot of laughter. You're going to have a lot of justice brought into your life. There's going to be a lot of good karma. There's going to be a lot of self-forgiveness and forgiveness between you two. I see that if you, this person will stick it out with you. They have the agility to navigate through any sort of difficulty that you guys encounter together. If you guys, ever get into a fight, they're going to be fair and just about that. They're going to do everything in their power to come back to the light with you, to come back from any place of darkness, get back to the light. I see them like bringing you a gift when you're really struggling, like reminding you how much they love you, reminding you how much you both have grown and sacrificed together in order to be where you are today. This is like them in the future saying this, right? So this option for you is worth your time and effort. I do see it being a just and stable and growth bringing option for you. There's a lot going on here. I do want to give a couple other messages for those of you who are making a choice between two different opposing options here. So the option that you feel resonates with this Death and Rebirth card, and then the option you feel resonates with this World card, right? So whichever one you feel like is on one side versus the other, we'll talk about them in their own turn. So we'll go ahead and start with this Death and Rebirth side of things. So this option I do feel that there is a bit more turbulence on this side. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's really, I think it's more a matter of preference. So I think that with this option, if this is a person or a job, whatever it is going to give you more time, a bit more time to pursue independent things, a bit more time to, spend time with your friends, spend time doing solitary hobbies or hobbies that you do with others. This may be like somebody who travels a lot, or somebody who just needs a lot of their own time apart. I'm even seeing someone who might be in like the military, or in like the Navy or something like that you're inquiring about here. And you may be inclined to be like, I'm getting a lot of energy of like you being maybe a water sign, somebody who likes to care for others, likes to be around others, likes to be involved in their life, right? And so if you choose this option, Spirit wants you to remember that you're not limited to, when you're in a relationship with somebody, don't lose your connections with everybody else. Like, keep those connections with your friends, with your family, build new connections and nurture them. I think that's going to allow you to flow with the energy of this connection a lot better. So when you guys are apart, when one or the other of you might be traveling or really busy or away at sea, whatever it might be, you'll have people to still be connected with and to spend that really like good self-nurturing time with, okay? And allow you to flow with that a bit better. With this other option, I do see, so this option that is the world, it's interesting, right? Because we've got the world and the lower world. And so it does feel, this option feels a bit more, I don't know if this person is like older, or if this job requires a bit more like responsibility or something like that. But this option, this person or this opportunity is going to lead to an increase in your resourcefulness and your ability to, it's like your ability to kind of plumb your own emotional depths, your own inner worlds, your own darkness in a way. It's as if you're able to go down to those depths, bring up what you need, those lessons learned, those inner strengths, those things that you thought maybe even were weaknesses, and turn them into something light, something joyful, something that brings closure. I think you're going to get a lot of closure on old emotional wounds through this option. And I think you guys will bring that to each other. This may even be, if this is like a job or an opportunity, this could be something that brings closure to old fears about not being able to do this job, or not being able to show up in this way in the world. And it's you really facing those fears and learning a lot about yourself and getting to new heights, getting to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow type of feeling. I think if you pursue this opportunity and put your time and effort into it, this sense of being swiftly able to go from, it's almost like where you started from and where you're going to end. You're going to get there, you're going to grow in a way that feels almost beyond what you thought you, almost like you thought you deserved or you thought you were worthy of or ready for. But it is just, it is karma, it is earned. It's from this hard work, this foundational work that you have done and you will do. Yeah, so a bit of a convoluted message there at times. I can see why this is giving you some fits, maybe some, pulling you in two different directions here. So I think that is all of your message today, pile number 3. I do want to leave you with just a card, like a oracle card of encouragement for you. I think that we'll pull, let's pull from this Nature's Whispers oracle card, just a message for you as guidance, comfort, anything that you might need to hear while you're kind of in this state, something that you urgently need to hear. Expansion, number 12. Look at those beautiful double rainbows. These clasped hands, hummingbirds, air balloons, this woman riding this stag, these beautiful morning glories with this like castle. Wow. So yeah, you are expanding in your capacity, your own personal abilities to essentially soar to new heights, to recognize and realize when opportunities are beckoning to you. You're able to see them more and more. You're able to see the light in the darkness. You're able to rise out of challenges and thrive. Like you are growing in your magnificence. If you were still, if this is, this may be a balancing of two areas of your life and advice around that. But if this was about a choice and you, after listening to both piles and both options, still weren't sure which way to go, this does feel like a nod towards the world, okay? Only if that resonates with you. You may have already gotten clarity and been pulled towards this side, and that is perfectly fine. It's only for those of you who were still undecided and unsure. This card does feel like a pull towards this world side and to put more energy and time into the world side of things, okay? But yeah, okay, so I'm going to leave you with that. I do think I want to just show you briefly this oracle cards guidebook, the page there, so I'm just going to grab that. Yeah, so this message is definitely in alignment with what we were talking about, especially on the world side. So go ahead and take a screenshot of that if you'd like to read it. It's a little blurry. Let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. Okay. All right, pile 3. Well, thank you so much for joining me in this reading today. I really enjoyed reading for your energy. It's a very interesting, unexpectedly complicated message. So I hope that it did bring some encouragement, clarity, some messages that you were needing urgently today, and wishing you all the luck in this endeavor, this time in your life. And I will hope to see you in a future reading. Definitely give this reading a like if you liked it. Comment if you'd like to share anything. I love hearing from you guys. So And then definitely don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to be notified of future readings. And I can't wait to see you again. All right, take care. Hello, pile number 4. So you guys chose this adorable little scholarly T-Rex pin. So freaking cute. So let's get into your urgent message today. So the first tarot deck that your energy was feeling aligned with is this Green Witch Tarot, and we'll pull a handful of cards from this deck, and then we'll see what we need from there. So we've got a few cards already coming out. That is 2 cards. Interesting. I think, yep, and then these 2. Okay. And then bottom of deck energy is the King of Swords. So interesting. All right, so we've got, wow, the 3 of Cups. We've got the Sun and 4 of Swords. Okay, really shiny, beautiful energy so far. Wow, and the High Priest and the Ace of Swords. So this High Priest is like the Hierophant. So an urgent message that you need to hear today is what this reading is about. Sorry, there's a car alarm going off in the background right now. So I keep getting my attention pulled to that, and I feel like, you know, not only is it telling us about the urgency of this message, but it's almost as if your guides are wanting to they're almost wanting to shock you into listening to this message today. So I don't know what that energy is, but you may have kind of gotten oh, I need to go listen to a tarot reading. I need a message about something going on. But gosh, this is like a happy, joyful, restful message. So why is it so urgent? There's a sense of divine intervention here, very, very strongly, of something occurring to you during a time of peace and rest and joy and celebration about, So it looks like, okay, if you've been needing to get clarity about something, it feels like your guides are telling you, go out drinking with your friends, go have a good time, go to this party, go have a relaxing weekend, whatever it is that maybe you've been unsure if you should go ahead and do. This is advice, this is a nod to go ahead and do that. Do something that brings you this kind of connection and joy, even if it's hanging out on your couch and just relaxing for an evening and watching a fun show or something like that, or reading a good book, whatever it might be, that gives you this sense of abundance and warmth and happiness and restfulness, peace, relaxation, the ability to have this feeling of laying out on the grass and just watching the clouds go by. It feels like when your mind is able to be at ease and at peace, and you're in this open, happy energy and sense of being receptive, that's when you're going to get this download, this hit of information, this divine intervention. Look at this ray of light coming down from the sun right into this scrying bowl, this bowl for seeing the future, for designing the future, right? It feels like there's, the Ace of Swords is all about clarity. It's all about a message received. Maybe if you are waiting for a message from somebody or about something, it feels like it's going to come through when you are in this joyful, happy, celebratory energy. This also could be that when this message comes through, it's going to put you into this. It's going to be something to celebrate about. So if you came here asking a specific question about news that you're waiting for, this news is divinely orchestrated and you will be able to celebrate. Yes, it will be something worth celebrating, and it's going to lead to a lot of happiness and joy and peace in your life. So that's very much a confirmation nod for those of you who that feels like it specifically resonates for. So let's go ahead and move your cards up so that we can make some room for additional information to come through here. Yeah, you guys feel like it's so, this just feels like full of joy. Like I kind of want to continue with the same deck and just get a little bit of clarity for those of you who maybe still aren't sure what this message coming in is going to be about. Can we get more information about what this message, this urgent message coming in is going to be about? Like we already saw how to receive this message, but what is the message actually going to contain within it? Knight of Pentacles. Definitely might be somebody or something coming towards you. This is a slow and steady energy, but it brings wealth, abundance. It brings, you know, this knight is holding a bundle of flowers, so it certainly could be somebody wanting to like take you out on a date or to court you or woo you. Let's see what else we've got here. So, wow. Okay, so this opportunity coming towards you is going to evolve in your life into something very stable, very abundant, something that you can put down roots with, something that you can build a solid, beautiful, rich future with. Wow, Queen of Cups. So it's also going to bring a great deal of emotional fulfillment and, yeah, generosity in love, in happiness, peace, joy, all of, you know, kind of those, all of those positive emotions. It's going to bring those into your life where perhaps there was some lack before. It's going to come in with this message coming in. Wow, the Wild Hunt. So the Tower card has showed up in, I think, both readings 1 and 2. I don't think it showed up in reading number 3, but it has showed up in almost every single reading today. And to me, this has been feeling like a nod that this is an urgent message. Like the spirit guides here are aligning with our request for something that you need to know about urgently. And so this may come in, even though it's a slow and steady approaching you energy, when it arrives, it may come in like a tornado, like gangbusters. Like it may just like show up on your doorstep, change your life, rock you down to your core, but it's a positive thing. Yeah, 8 of Chalices, 8 of Cups. So you will have to leave behind, you'll have to leave behind some old ways of life, but I don't think you're going to be upset about it. I think that this change coming in is going to help you to walk away from anything that you were already feeling like you wanted to walk away from. It's going to set you off on a journey where you claim, it's like you come into and claim something you were already meant for. And you're going to feel that call down to your very soles of your feet. It's like as soon as this change comes into your life, you're going to start off on this journey, start walking. Yeah. Let's get a couple more messages from a different tarot deck. I'm feeling this Tarot of the Divine would like to speak to us. This deck is just so beautiful. Love the illustrations and all of the stories that come along with this deck as well. Any additional messages here for pile 3? The High Priestess and the King of Cups. Wow. Beautiful. Yeah, this really feels like something delicious coming into your life. Something that it's going to bring you. It's as if you I'm feeling like this is your energy here, this High Priestess energy. So yeah. Okay. So it does feel like there's advice here about taking time to relax, reflect, to be on your own. Maybe I'm getting even during like a moon cycle. So, while the moon is either waxing or waning, so either going from a full moon to a new moon or from a new moon to a full moon, whichever cycle is coming up next for you, I'm getting the advice that you should take a fortnight, right? The 2 weeks that it takes for a moon to go from either full to new or new to full. Take that time to relax, reflect, maybe read, maybe sit and contemplate. Give yourself that time in the evenings or at night or early in the morning, whenever you can carve away some time for yourself to do this, to meditate, to do some yoga, whatever it might be, just to take a little downtime, even if it's like 5 minutes each day. Give that time to yourself, and your guides are encouraging you to do this because this is how you're going to receive these insights. This is going to clear and open your energy for this King of Cups energy to come into your life, right? Like the energy coming in for you is a King of Pentacles, King of Cups energy. And I see that you're evolving to meet this energy where it is. And so there's an evolution required for you to kind of calm and become more peaceful, become happier, to essentially come into this King of Cups energy yourself, to come to a place of emotional balance, of perspective, of self-nurture, self-care, of recentering and stilling any external kind of like things that feel like they shake you up at times. It's time for quiet reflection and a little bit of self-nurtured solitude at time, balancing that with allowing yourself to celebrate as well, and to hang out with friends. Like there's not just like an either or, it's like allowing yourself to have both here. But doing this is going to ready you for when you meet this person or hear about this opportunity, or if you've already met them or already heard about this is going to help you come into alignment with this energy, to welcome it into your life and allow it to evolve into the huge thing that it's going to be for you. Like this is a big divine intervention, divine orchestrated type of energy coming in for you. And you are being asked kind of urgently at this time to cultivate this peace and time of reflection, to open yourself up to the intuitive information that needs to come in order for you to really thrive in this. And, not to say that it won't happen anyways, but I think this is just, if you're looking for a way to like seamlessly integrate this into your life in a really beautiful, happy, peaceful way, give this time to yourself. Essentially like start on it. Okay. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like, if you're in the middle of a moon cycle, you can start and just go for like 14 days, kind of whatever resonates for you. Okay. All right. So I'd like to get you one more oracle card here to leave you with this message. So I think we'd like to pull from this Crystallary oracle deck just to get you a little bit more encouragement, guidance, information, maybe a good crystal to have around during this time. And let's see what we are given here. For pile number 4, activate the void, azurite. Wow. Very in alignment with that high priestess energy. Let's go ahead and take a look at this guidebook as well. See what the author of this book is hoping to communicate. So with activate the void, azurite, let me focus that for you. Here we go. You can go ahead and take a picture of that page if you'd like to refer to it later. Yeah. So this is exactly what we were talking about. So it talks about cultivating stillness and space, right? And this void is the most precious of gifts because in this emptiness, in the pause at the crossroads of time and space, your intuition can soar. And that's what we're trying to cultivate here with taking this pause, taking this rest, this time to allow your intuition to speak to you. Once space is created, stuck energies begin to flow, funneling through heaviness, creating a place for something more daring or delicate than everyday life. Yeah. That way you can feel the rich ocean of possibilities in which you are swimming. Wow. Yeah, so definitely a lot of really good advice here. Definitely some guidance for like meditation, if that's something that you find, that you resonate with and that works for you. Also like walking meditation or just, spending time looking at the stars, whatever it is, right? So, okay, beautiful pile number 4. So I hope that gave you some really good insight and advice. You guys have like such bright, beautiful, soaring energy, and yeah, it's really, really lovely. So thank you for sharing your energy with me here today. Hope that you enjoyed this reading and got some good messages and advice out of it. If you liked this reading, please go ahead and like it. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to be notified of future readings that I post. Subscribing is definitely one of the best ways you can support this new channel and help me keep posting these free readings. And I hope to see you again in a future reading. All right, take care, Pile 4.